Hey guys, so I want to make a video for you guys today explaining how to get motivation and how to keep motivation, because I know that's the number one question that gets asked, especially if you're on a health and fitness journey. And if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Amy Fenton and I'm a health and fitness transformation specialist, and I help former fit moms find their fitness mojo and reclaim their inner athlete. I think that everybody has an inner athlete in there. We just need to find her and we just need to bring her out. So I want to talk to you today about motivation. And I think that we all scroll Facebook or Instagram or any kind of social media, and we see all of these pictures of people that are at the gym. They're super fit, they're super toned, they're pressing a lot of weight and all that stuff. And we're just like, I just don't understand how they get to the gym every day. I don't get how they get the motivation to get there, because most days I'm just like, man, I do not feel like working out today. I do not want to go to the gym today. And I just want to eat all the chocolate that I possibly can, right? I know that we've all been there. Or, taking it off social media, you have these friends who are constantly asking you to go to the gym with them. And you're just like, I just don't know where you guys get the energy. And I just don't know if I can, how do I do it? Where does it come from? And, it may seem like they have everything all put together. And the truth of the matter is that even fit people do not have everything all together. They struggle just as much as the next person does, and they're on their own journey. The difference between them and us is they have a deep inner why. So we really have to think about that. What is your deep inner why? And what I mean by that is, what are your goals? What is the purpose that you are working out? What is the purpose that you want to eat healthy? And I think that having weight loss goals is definitely a good thing. You definitely need to have those. We all want to look good in a bathing suit, right? We all want to feel good about ourselves. We all want to fit into a smaller size. But I'm talking about it needs to go a little bit deeper than that, because on the journey to health and fitness, if you've been on it for any amount of time, you know that it has its ups and it has its downs. And sometimes, unfortunately, it has a little bit more downs than it has ups, because you're going to hit plateaus. And like I said, there's going to be days where you're just like, do I really have to keep doing this? So we really have to think about that deep inner why beyond weight loss. What is your why? Why do you want to do this? Is it because you want to prevent heart disease? Are you, what's the deeper purpose behind it? It almost has to make you cry, tear up, when you think about it. So once you found that, and once you thought about it and found that, then that's definitely something that can drive you. That'll be your inner fire to get you to go to the gym, because you have to ask yourself, what is it going to take for me this day to go to the gym when I just don't feel like going? What is going to be my deep inner drive? And it isn't going to be going to look at somebody's social media and saying, well, they went to the gym today, so I'm going to go to the gym today. It just doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, we're looking at that social media at the time where we're just not ready to go to the gym, and we say we're going to do it, and then we just never do it. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely have to find our own motivation, our own deep inner drive. And on top of that, we really have to think about our story. What is it that we're telling ourselves on a daily basis? I can tell you from a former fit mom's perspective that, I'm getting back into it. I am currently 23 weeks pregnant. So, I can't do a whole lot right now, but I can choose what I put in my mouth. But what I'm saying is, a couple years back when we lived in a different state, I was totally the epitome of health. I was, toned, fit, ready to go, always doing 5Ks, running half marathons, lifting weights all the time, had that motivation, had that drive. I got up every morning at 5 a.m., went to the gym sometimes twice a day, because that's what my workout regimen called for that day or whatever. But I also had the, motivation to eat healthy. And I was the person that would sit there and talk about, we got to eat this, we got to eat that, and don't put that poison in your body and stuff like that. And, it was a story that I was telling myself. I was telling myself that I wasn't going to let any excuses stand in my way. I was strong. I was motivated. I was going to get to the gym, and no obstacle that came across my path was going to stand in my way. It did not matter. And I got there every single day. And, I stuck with it for, quite some time. And we had moved about 2.5 years ago. It's a little closer to 3 now. And I just my story changed, because as you know, life can throw you curveballs that come out of nowhere that you don't expect. and you don't think that you're going to react to them the way that you do. And unfortunately for me, when we moved, I kind of moved into a depressive state, and it just, I fell completely off the wagon. Everything that I had been preaching about for, years, like, don't put this in your body, well, I was putting that in my body. So it was awful. I gained about 60 pounds, and it's because I changed my story. I told myself that I was no longer capable because I didn't live where I wanted to live. We're in the state that I'm not really a fan of, even as of today. And it just, everything just fell off. I changed my story. I told myself I was weak. I put it out there that, I cannot accomplish anything that I set my mind to. And so when the story changed up here, so it all came out here, right? And that's what we do to ourselves. And I want everybody to know that if you've ever fallen into that trap of having your story change and kind of go reverse, I want you to know that you can change your story at any time, because you are the person that holds the pen to your life. And you have to, there are certain things in our lives that we cannot control. We just don't have control over. God ultimately has control. But there are plenty of things that we do have control over, and certain aspects of our story that we can write. Like, what are my food choices going to be today? What are my exercise choices going to be today? Am I going to go ahead and, fall victim to, just feeling sorry for myself today and just decide to just let it all go down the hill, down the drain, whatever? Or am I going to go ahead and rewrite my story, and that I am a strong person, that I can do this? It all starts with a decision, one decision. And that decision has to be, on a health and fitness journey, that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you need to keep going. No matter what obstacles get put in your way, we need to keep going. Like I said, I know life can tend to get really crazy, and sometimes it just happens. Sometimes we just fall off, but that does not mean that we have to stay there. And I have to say that I've been stuck in that rut for two and a half years, almost since we've been here. And it's with that decision that I'm deciding enough is enough, and I need to go ahead and break out of it and change my story and say, no, I freaking can do this. Because you guys, if you've done it before, you can do it again. There's no reason. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you have standing in front of you. You can do it. You just have to decide that you can. Because, you may have heard it before, but whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So which story are you going to choose? Which path are you going to choose to take? It's all up to you what you want your story to be. Change your story. We need to get back on the wagon. We need to really think about, what do we want our lives to look like a year from now? What do we want our lives to look like 3 months from now? What kind of decisions can I make today that my future self will thank me for? So you really have to think along those lines. So it's all about story. It's all about decision. It's all about what is that deep inner drive that, is going to keep that fire going. So I want you guys to really keep that in mind. And I would love for you guys, if you have Facebook, I'm going to put a link in the description below to my free group. I'm going to be, loading that page up with some good stuff, good tips and workouts, some recipes sometimes, and just some really good mindset things that I think is such the important groundwork when you're on a health and fitness journey. So I hope that you guys will go ahead and join that, and, take some friends if you want them to join as well. And, I hope that you guys found this video helpful, and I will go ahead and be making more on this channel. So you can go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon.